Hi, this is Pubate, and today I'll discuss about the ninth generation iPad, the iPad 9. So, you know what? I am psychologically sober. Thus, I ain't gonna bombard you with my prejudice. I'll be a good Samaritan because I've just finished um, a degree in journalism. So I'm going to exercise my tenet number one, which is being a social utility. Thus, so today I'm going to tell you that, well, if you are currently using probably the first generation iPad, the second generation iPad, I strongly recommend that you should buy the iPad 9. But before you proceed, I do have some pros and cons, drawbacks, shortcomings, so that you can figure it out by yourself. One, uh, the good things about the iPad 9 first is the design. I wholeheartedly appreciate and agree that Apple had decided to retain the original design, familiar form factor for us, albeit subtly antiquated. Number two, I kind of like the new front-facing camera. Now you got a 12 megapixel front-facing camera. So I think this type of pixel density is adequate. It's ample for Google Meet, for like Google Classroom experience, for Zoom, for you name it. And thirdly, albeit it's the first generation, but it's fully compatible with the first generation Apple Pencil. So, because the Apple Pencil is its ultimate counterpart. It's made by Apple, albeit it's 100 not it's I think it's $99 or something. Okay, so you should buy it. You should upgrade to the ninth generation iPad in order to get that 12 megapixel camera. I think it's a huge boost for the camera. What about the drawbacks? About the cons? One, it has only 3 gigabytes of RAM. Well, nowadays, if you consider buying an Android phone, you're gonna get at least, I think, 8 gigabytes of RAM on most not flagship but mid-range phones out there. So the ninth generation iPad has 3 gigabytes of RAM. It doesn't support Wi-Fi 6 and its Bluetooth antennas does support only like 4.2 Bluetooth or something. I don't have a script, but for certain it's not compatible with Bluetooth 5. And we are in late 2021, and there's no SD card slot. I know it's typical, but probably I think it's time to change. And lastly, its accessories are extortionate, exorbitant. I mean, they are, well, expensive. If you, well, consider that, given, did you know that it doesn't come coated with, like, for instance, if you buy uh, a, a Vivo like X70 Pro, you're gonna get like a cow-sized that what did they call it? The what did they call it? The star something coated. So T star, the size T star coating lens. But the screen, I know the screen of the iPad is not a lens, but the screen of the iPad 9 um, is not coated with Apple's proprietary, like native AG coating, uh, like coating layer. Thus, if we combine all the, well, purportedly needed accessories together, like for instance the Apple Pencil, of course, if you want to feel like, well, you're making the most out of your pricey toy, you're gonna need an Apple Pencil, a case, of course, a case, well, a kickstand or not, probably a keyboard cover, uh, probably a protective film on the screen. So if we combine it, you know, the prices for all of this, I think it might comes to like more than the iPad itself. So its accessories are expensive, in short. So you have to think wisely. It's a good thing. It's you got a new camera, and you know what? I have never agreed with the idea of the iPad being a PC replacement, but now, up until now, I think now I strongly agree with that you can use an iPad as a PC or Mac replacement. So that's it. That's all there is. I mean, you can figure it out by yourself. You might consider the new iPad Mini. Well, for me, I think if I were in Tim Cook's shoes, I might had decided to add a new feature to the iPad Mini 6, and that particular feature is dubbed Telephone. The new iPad Mini uh, has a built-in like 5G antenna, but that particular antenna is pretty inferior because it doesn't support the what they call it, like wave or something. I'm not a 5G expert, but I think it's time to allow probably both iPads or all the iPad models to make regular um, Alexander Graham Bell phone calls, and I think people will design, like for instance, uh, most people are still buying like the Galaxy S21 Ultra, the Galaxy Note with its own stylus, but Samsung here didn't have to discontinue the 6-inch Galaxy tablet. I mean, it's time to adapt in order to grow. That's it. That's all there is. Here is the ninth generation iPad. Buying tips by Pubate. I'm currently working for Apple. How do you define the word work? I'm still repairing Macs. I'm still selling Macs, used or brand new, whatever. So, you know what? I clearly, I mean, crystal clear. I still be able to recall vividly my old friends on YouTube. If you might happen to come across this video, please leave your comments. I'll die to read them because I miss you guys, and I'm trying to make a comeback here after 4 years in a mental facility. Thanks for watching.